Good morning, YouTube. It's like what, 9 in the morning right now. But anyways, let me do my little classic intro like we always do. So what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, come support, because we're on the road to 1K. Yes, sir. So anyways, guys, for today's video, I'm gonna be explaining it's an OBS truck, like a good little first project to start off on or whatever, especially for my audience, like all my taquaches, cuz or whatnot. Because I've been getting a lot of messages on my Instagram explaining me like what's a good little project to start off with. And personally, this is my opinion, but a first little good project to start off on is an OBS truck. Because if you try to get like a newer style truck, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but especially if you're on a budget or you're still in high school or whatnot, then an OBS truck would be like a good little start off. But this is just my opinion. Especially if it all depends if you have the money. I mean, me, I started off with the OBS when I was in high school because I mean I was broke as hell. I didn't have like a full-time job, but I just started to build the truck more. I didn't even care if it was like a low budget at first, but you know, with time everything starts to show, process starts to show and whatnot. But like I said, this is my opinion, so don't take it up the ass. Some of y'all, like y'all always do in my videos, but let's get into it. So for number one reason why I think OBS is a good project to start off with, but this is my opinion, like I said, so I don't want any of y'all to take everything up the ass like y'all always do in my videos. But number one reason, parts for the truck are fairly cheap. Mechanical wise, I don't know, for the aesthetic wise, it all depends on what you want, but for the most part, mechanical parts are fairly cheap as hell. I'm not gonna lie, some parts might be expensive here and there, but for majority of them, they're pretty cheap, and that's really good, especially if you're on a budget. Because I know for older, I mean not older, for newer trucks, the parts are expensive as hell. Because my homeboys have newer style trucks, and when I go to the auto parts store, they be asking for the parts, and I'm like, god damn, you gotta spend that much. Yeah, if I'm being honest, the number one reason is parts are fairly cheap. Reason numero two, the aesthetic wise of the truck in general. I mean, who doesn't love an OBS step side? I prefer a step side over the fleet side, but that's just me. So let me know down in the comments what y'all prefer, step side or fleet side. But for me, I've always loved the step side. Like, the truck in general is just sexy as hell. Like, it doesn't even need to be fixed up, cleaned, whatnot, in order to look all nice and stuff. But just the truck in general looks clean as hell. Doesn't need no fancy rims, just a little drop. Or if you just put the shackles and level it out. Damn, I'll be stuttering like a motherfucker. But yeah, just that shackles and you're all good, leveled. But yeah, like, the truck in general is just sexy as hell. I really don't know why OBS trucks get a lot of hate. Probably because it look good, look better than new trucks, head ass. But like, who doesn't love that classic front end on the OBS? That grill is just everything. And especially you add new headlights, boom, makes it even 100 times better. But aesthetic wise for the truck, just in general, the whole thing in general looks nice as hell. But like I said, I don't know why a lot of OBS trucks get a lot of hate. So if you're an OBS hater, let me know in the comments down below, why the hell do y'all hate OBS trucks for? Is it because things are cheaper for us? Number three, it all depends on the engine you have. But on a V6, I know damn well you don't waste that much gas. On a V8, on the 350, it all depends. If you step on it too hard, like pretty much on most V8s, just depends on how you drive it. But the engines are super reliable. V6, V8, 4.3s, 350s, whatever the hell, they're really reliable. Like, I'm telling you, this truck has over 230,000 miles and it still runs really good. I mean, of course it has its flaws when I'm driving. I'm not saying it drives like extremely perfect. It drives wobbly here and there. Wonky, what the hell? But for the most part, the engine runs really good. It's really reliable. TBIs for the win. And if you have a 95 and up, Vortec for the win. And that's pretty much what I can think of for the pros, but not going on to the cons. And for the cons, oh no, this hurts my heart, especially to all my OBS owners. I don't know if y'all can relate to it, but if y'all haven't watched my things I hate about my OBS truck part 1 and 2, go on and watch it. That's pretty much me explaining a lot, but I'm gonna just do a little quick recap on what I hate. And not what I hate, but the cons of OBS. So number one thing that you are gonna run into for sure, depends on the truck and how they took care of it, but the engine sucks. Like TBIs, well, for mine's a TBI, but it's had a lot of problems, especially when my dad used to own the truck back in the day. He had so many problems with the TBI engine. I don't know what was wrong with it. I was a little kid at the time, so I didn't know crap. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the engine is reliable, like I've said, but you're gonna waste a lot of money fixing it up mechanical wise. I know I said the parts are cheap, but that's the good thing. They're cheap, but once you fix one thing, another thing breaks, you fix it, it breaks. It's a whole cycle. But just be glad those parts are cheap as hell, because you're gonna waste a lot just trying to fix up that engine. Second reason, well, this depends on where you live, honestly. I live in Texas, so I don't have no rust, but usually around this whole area right here, I mean, the skirts are here, but usually around this whole area, there's always rust. It all depends on where you live, honestly, but usually OBS trucks, or any car in general, has to rust on the bottom. Me, I live in Texas, like I said, so I don't have any of that, but that's pretty much another flaw. Well, in general, pretty much every car. So I don't really know if that's a legit reason or a legit con, if you want to call it, but rust for sure. Okay, so I was really lucky to have this interior like fully, like, not damaged or whatnot. Usually on this style type of dash, I think from an 88 to a 94, the whole dash is just really cracked. I mean, my dash has some small cracks all over, but they're just like that. It's not like it's missing the whole thing. I don't want to take off the cover off, but y'all get the point. Y'all can just go watch my other video, the things I hate about my OBS truck. But yeah, pretty much in general, the whole interior is always crap. It all depends on who took care of the truck. If it was a work truck, then yeah, the interior is just gonna be horrible. So let me explain what you might find on an OBS. So like I said, the dash is gonna be cracked as hell. It all depends who took care of it. Sometimes the dash is just missing like a whole chunk, or it's not even a cover, like this little cover right here. And the seats are gonna be ripped as hell. Like on mine over here, it's ripped, but that's because I'm fat. Nah, I'm just kidding. But the seats usually gonna be ripped as hell. The headliner is gonna be falling off. I think this is an aftermarket from the old owner before my dad had it, but I'm not really sure, honestly. But the interior is usually crap. I know some people might not be bothered by it, but some are. It all depends on who you are. Me, I was so lucky and blessed to have this interior. It's clean. Door panels might be missing. This little crap right here might be ripped off on some. This might be just like broken in general, but other than that, the interior is the number one, or I guess number one on my list. I don't know why I put it as number 3, but yeah. I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. Like, for the cons, that's pretty much it. And most of that is just aesthetic wise, which can be fixed, but like really easily. It's just like little small details. I know some might be big, but y'all get the point. But the mechanical issues is usually the number one thing. I know it happens on every car, but on the OBS, out of all the cars that I've owned, the OBS has been the one that's given me the most trouble. But it's been worth it at the end, because I have a nice truck. I don't have no general basic ass car, but yeah, the OBS has been the one car that I've always had the most problems with engine wise. Aesthetic wise, not really. That's really easy to fix and all that, like the bumpers, headlights, grill. But yeah, but at the end of the day, do I recommend the OBS truck for a first little project? Yes, I do. if you get an OBS truck, you're gonna learn how projects pretty much work in general, especially if you've never worked on one. And I consider it to be a good project too, because like I said, for aesthetic wise, you're gonna learn how to fix everything. You're gonna get that feeling of, like, what do you want to call it? I guess of joy, or I don't know what you want to call it, but that feeling is so badass, especially when you compare how the truck used to look like back then to now. It's just the best feeling ever. Well, that's pretty much how projects are. You take the old stuff out, you put the new stuff in, and the OBS is pretty much a good project for that, especially for the interior wise. But like I've said, for the mechanical issues, it all depends on you. If you have the money, that's good. If you don't, that's kind of in between. It just depends on the truck and who took good care of it or whatnot. But yeah, unless you want to go for performance and all of that, I wouldn't recommend getting an OBS, because OBS trucks are really slow. 305, 350s are, I'm not gonna say they're like the fastest. They're reliable, but they're not as fast as like the newer style trucks, like 5.3, 6.0s. Should I even count 4.8s? I'll throw it in there, 4.8s as well. But unless you want to get an OBS and you want to LS swap it, then go on ahead, buddy. But like I said, if you're on a budget, especially if you're in high school, that's going to be out of the picture, because LS swaps are expensive, especially if you're trying to mod it up real nice. But yeah, it all depends on you. You're the judge at the end. I'm just giving y'all my opinion and my experience that I've had with the truck for almost the last 3 years of building it up. But I hope it helps some of y'all out. And I want to give a shout out to a couple of my people that are always commenting on my videos. I really love y'all, like, I really do, because y'all always support me. Y'all don't even know who I am in person, but y'all over here always supporting me. And these are some of the people that I can name from the top of my head. So if I don't mention you, I'm sorry. I just don't remember your name, like, out of, like, really fast from my head, top, whatever the hell you want to call it. But some of the people are Mike the Butcher, Alan, 16, Cheyenne, and my number one fan that's always supporting me is the Lalo K. Yeah. Oh, and el otro, ¿cómo se llamaba? Jacobo. I don't even know how to say it, but if I say your name wrong, I'm sorry, my boy. I'm pretty sure it's Jacobo. I don't even know, but I want to give a shout out to y'all, because y'all always supporting me. I love y'all. And don't think I don't notice the people that comment on my videos all the time. I really appreciate y'all. And hopefully we can make it big. We can reach to 1K. The classic intro is gonna be out the way, but yeah. Anyways, guys, if you guys have any more questions on the OBS truck or whatnot, make sure to go hit me up on my Instagram at Easy Does It. I'll put it somewhere right here. Y'all go give me a follow, and I always reply to all the messages and the comments and whatnot. Well, if they're not rude comments, because if you give me a rude comment, you're gonna piss me the hell off, and I'm gonna go off. I'm not gonna just sit there and not say anything, but that's just how I am. I get mad as hell easily. But yeah, you guys, hope y'all have a good one. Y'all stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.